Today we're going to go on an exhilarating Jeep tour, and what better way to see the country than with a 4x4 and a pretty knowledgeable guide. So,
well, thank you. Thank you.
So tell us what we are going to see today.
We are going to adventure. We intend to go on an ancient road between Emmaus and Jerusalem. This road was the main road. This is route number 1 of today on the ancient time. In this route we will travel on time. We will find sites, give us a story from the 2nd century before count 80 to the 20th century. This is an amazing adventure of religious nature and Israel.
Yaron combined his passion of Israel and thrilling Jeep rides to create a fun off-road adventure through the ancient roads which were active thousands of years ago. Okay, so we're going way uphill now. How safe is this, Yaron?
The truth is, we have about 90% of succeeding.
90%?
Yes, this is the truth.
Success rate?
So I hope you hold yourself tight because we are going uphill.
Put your seatbelt on, Max. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Are you ready?
So we finally made it to the top of the hill, and it was a bumpy ride. Why don't you tell us what we could see from here? It's a magnificent view.
This is the reason we go up.
Yeah.
We are looking on the north side of Ayalon Valley, and in front of us we see ruins of a Crusades fortress.
The greatest part about exploring Israel's history is the many archaeological sites, fortresses, or ruins you may see at every turn, considering the various empires that have ruled the land. I think going down is scarier than going up.
Yes.
Well, we're at the very first stop of the ancient trail. Why don't you tell us at which time period we're in?
We are in the 2nd century before count. We are in the world time, it's called the Greek period of time, after the Alexander the Great. In the Israeli period of time, it's called the Hashmoniim. Hashmonize, I think in English. Hasmoneans in English. This period of time, it's after the revolt against the Greek. This is the story of Hanukkah. It's happened here.
Yep, the time of the second Jewish temple.
The time of the second Jewish temple. The temple is still standing. And in this story, on this place story, is the story of the revolt, the story of Bakchides, the Greek army leader, who in the end killed Yehuda Maccabi and built back Emmaus that burned 5 years before that.
The sign beside us recites a chapter from the Hasmoneus book, demonstrating how the Greek leader rebuilt the fortress of Emmaus.
When we arrived to this place, we climb uphill. The uphill was the walls of Bakchides. On the left side, there were towers. In here, the soldiers lived. And from here, they defend this place. If we look through the gate, we see route number 1 of today, the route to connect between the major cities of Israel, Tel Aviv on the west and Jerusalem on the east. This route is the route of today.
Just like Route 1, the ancient road of the 2nd century was also between 2 major cities of that time, Jaffa on the west and Jerusalem on the east.
Today it's not the same way, but still with a bit of imagination you can see it rising up.
Let's head back to the Jeep.
Yeah, we have a lot to do.
This looks pretty ancient. Tell us how far it goes back.
On the scale we spoke before, this is in the timeline. This is from the end of the 2nd century, the beginning of the 3rd century to count until the 5th, 6th century. So this is the period of time.
End of the Roman period.
Very nice. We learned something today. It's the end of the Roman period of time, the beginning and all the Byzantine period of time. And you don't believe what is it? Try to guess. Try to guess what is it.
Well, it has all these different door openings.
It was arch, they collapse. This is a spa.
Really?
This is a Roman
Ancient spa.
And then further, in the Byzantine period of time, it was just a reserve of water.
So how can we tell that this is dating back to the Roman times?
The archaeologists who dig this place found evidence, and the evidence tell them what is the period of time, the latest one and the earliest one, by the levels. Usually in this period of time, it's full of water. This year was dry year. This is the problem. Usually it's full water and there is stream goes down here.
So you could really see that it was a bathhouse.
Yes,
a spa.
it was amazing. It's really amazing. Look at the arch inside. Look at the stone plates.
All right, now we're fast forwarding to the 8th century. Tell us what we could see behind us.
On the 7th century, the Mediterranean was changed. The Islam is beginning. Muhammad started his conquests from the south and arrived to Israel. In the mid of the 7th century, the story says that he get to Emmaus and his army was all around. And there was a flag. 30,000 people died. One of them called Ibn Jabal. 700 years later, the Mamluks, the second period time of the Arab, arrive after the Crusades, and they make a road, all the country, a lot of roads, and they put a point of interest on the road. They remember the story of Ibn Jabal from the first period of time, from the Muhammad time, and they make a building for his grave. This is the grave of Ibn Jabal according to the tradition. There is no grave inside this building. We are not sure there was a grave in the past, but all around is a lot of graves, Arab graves is nearby.
So how do we know that this building dates back 800 years?
If you see above the entrance, you see the sign. If you look at the sign, this sign, we know the name of the Mamluk leader who make this sign. This is his sign.
Wow.
Because of that, we know that he built this place. Our houses don't last for 800 years.
Well, it's made out of these big stones, and it's the old style with the arches and the doorways.
Yes, and all of it shaped very nice.
At the end of Yaron's tours, he likes to collect some flavored herbs and prepare some tea.
Yes, this is the one. This is the fennel. In Hebrew, anise.
Yes, it's very minty flavor. Oh, and there's a snail on it, a baby snail.
Leave him on the ground, let him live.
Yeah.
Let him live.
Yeah, so it could bring a strong taste to the tea. What kind of other herbs are we going to be collecting for our herbal tea?
We have zota levana. It's a Hebrew name for a white essential oil herb that we use. It is very good in the taste. You will feel it in the tea. And of course, we have the silva. The silva is a sage. Is a special herb who give the good, healthy feeling. It's tasty and it's very healthy. So, cheers.
Yaron customizes his tours and highlights the most fascinating sites according to the group's preferences and reaches almost all parts of Israel.
We combine the classic tour for all the places that people arrive, the religious places, the historical places, with the off-road. We combine the nature with the people. We mix between an ethnic tour to a classic tour. The idea is a lot of knowledge. We speak a lot, with the Israeli English. A lot of Hebrew inside, but some people think it's charming, some people think it's not good enough. You will decide when you see the show.